the Houston Texans, Steven, because we watched them play tonight. This was a game that was absolutely a winnable game. Like, you had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to get things done. And there's a lot of places to look to blame. I mean, that offense itself, you got one of the best, if not the best defense in the league, and you just can't put points on the board, Steven. Isn't that insane?
That was a win they absolutely needed. I know it's second game of the season. 0-2 is not the worst thing in the world, and historically, the division, AFC South, is pretty weak. But it's going to be a long season for Houston, really. To me, they couldn't afford to go 0-2 because right now how their offense is looking, they need their defense. Someone said it. They look like, I think it was Elite Takes, they look like the South's Pittsburgh Steelers. Their defense needs to pull games out they're behind every game just to win. And they're holding these opponents to under like 20-plus points every night. But their offense is stinky, man. Like, real bad. And I think it's going to be hard for them at this point now, 0-2, to make the playoffs with an offense like that. I thought, when they went turnover on downs on the goal line in that fourth quarter, that was just embodied everything wrong with this offense. They got no real weapon outside of Nico Collins. Okay, they can't protect Stroud. They can't run the ball really effectively. And the offensive play calling is atrocious. The offensive line made the Tampa Bay defense look like the 85 Bears. Tampa's defense is not that good. But they couldn't block anyone. And not a lot of receivers could get open. Now, some people might blame Stroud. There was one point in time, C.J. Stroud was the offensive rookie of the year. He beat out Puka Nacua, who had one of the best rookie receiving seasons I've ever seen. That's the player I think Stroud is when you give him time and a second receiver. But right now, Houston's offense is so stinky. They're honestly lucky that defense and special teams. I got to add the special teams in there too. It might be the best unit in the league because that offense is so bad, they might miss the playoffs.
You know what? It is shocking to me that you have a quarterback the caliber of Stroud, and I'm going to talk about Stroud as well today, and the offense is barely putting up 19 points. We're talking about a defense that could be number one in the NFL. You got playmakers all over the place. They can hold down the fort against elite offenses like the Bucs and hold them to 20 points. All you got to do is put up 3 touchdowns over a game span, and you can't do that. That's a problem. The Texans' offense is an embarrassing watch. That offense is on fraud watch. I mean, they might just be fraudulent at the end of the day. Like, I don't even think they're on fraud watch anymore, to be honest with you. They gotta be better. C.J. Stroud, the offensive line, the play calling, that defense is too damn good for them to lose this many games, for them to fall behind and not win these close games. C.J. Stroud, he's got to close out games. We talk about how elite he is of a quarterback. We rank him in the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. He's got to close out games and take over. In the big moments, you can't be missing throws. You got to make plays. You got to put the ball in the end zone when you're on the 1-yard line. Offensive line was great in the first half, but the second the Bucs sent pressure and blitz in the second half, it was game over. They can't handle pressure. They can't handle a blitz. And as a result, you see the dip in accuracy and performance from C.J. Stroud. Run game, non-existent in Houston. Nick Chubb, with all due respect, he had a phenomenal career with the Browns. He was a dog, career riddled by injuries. I don't think it's there anymore. Besides his big-time rushing touchdown near the end of the game, it was non-existent. And that puts a lot more pressure on Stroud when you think about it, Steven, because he's got a bigger task to throw the ball, get it in the places that it needs to be, and move the sticks down after down after down if you can't run the ball. And then the play calling, and you hit the nail on the head, Steven. You get a blocked punt, and you produce 0 yards of offense on 3 downs, and you kick a field goal. You're on the 1-yard line. You're on the goal line, and you rush the ball 1 out of 3 times and go 4 and out. How does that happen? How do you not convert with 4 downs on the goal line? I know your rushing game is struggling, but sometimes you can't overcomplicate things. You just got to do what makes sense. Run the damn ball on the goal line. Like I said, this Texans defense might be number 1 in the NFL, and it is shocking to me that this offense has fell off a cliff like this while I'm watching it. And the other thing too, Steven, before we hop to the Sunday Night Football game, that is an undisciplined team. They take penalties in the worst moments. They were a top 5 most penalized team last year. Last week, they take 11 penalties against the Rams. This week, they are taking penalties that extend drives or hinder their chances in the red zone, which probably lost them the game. They had a first down in the red zone, brought back, they hit a field goal on that Nick Chubb run. I think it should have been 1st and 6. They're extending drives for Baker Mayfield when he's been sacked, when there's a loss of yardage. It is crazy to me. We talk about DeMeco Ryans, this great head coach. Why is this Texans team so undisciplined year after year now?
CJ Stroud, it's now 16 games without 300-plus passing yards. Now, listen, I think CJ Stroud is a top 10 quarterback if he has a second receiver and time to throw, but they can't operate with this level of offense. They can't. And they got a lot of things wrong. It's not like I can point to one thing. They got a lot of things wrong. And, yeah, CJ does have to be better. Are we at a point now where Baker's just better than CJ? Like,
yes.
if someone put Baker above CJ in, like, a quarterback's list, is that, like, outrageous? Last year, someone would have, like, cried if that ever happened. Like, are you serious? I can't take Baker this seriously. What are you doing? Honestly, like, dude, if someone put Baker above Stroud, I'd be like, I wouldn't hate.
You know what? I got the Chargers game rolling right here.
Mm-hmm.
And Herbert's right now, he's 15 of 20. I drafted Keenan Allen in one of my leagues as well. That's huge. He's been a huge asset to this team. Picking him up, so underrated, him and Ladd McConkey. He's 15 to 20, 75% completion percentage tonight, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. We're sitting at early in the third quarter right now. And it's like, you're taking Herbert all day over Stroud. I'm taking Mayfield over Stroud right now. And you know what? We can blame the O-line. We can blame the lack of talent right now around C.J. Stroud. We can blame the missing run game. But Baller's got a ball. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be considered a top quarterback in the league, if you're going to win Rookie of the Year and you're going to show promise, you have to step things up sometimes. It can't always be blamed on the blocking because, like I said, first half they balled out and they put up 10 points, that offense. Yeah. And this Bucs defense, I think they're better than people give them credit for, but at the same time, you're going to face a lot better defenses. You're going to face a lot better.
Stroud had some accuracy issues tonight, too.
Yep.
He was missing guys high and low where I'm like, oh, man, if he would have hit that, would have extended the drive.